baseball too. I love to win, and that's the truth. They taught me about sportsmanship. I think it was too late. I'd run around those bases, stand there on home plate, singing winner, winner, chicken dinner, get a trophy for the winner. This guy, yeah, this guy right here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, get a trophy for the winner. This guy, yeah, this guy right here. Then there was my senior year, just like a movie, crystal clear. She was the hottest girl in school, taking her to the prom would be so cool. I caught her in the parking lot. I asked her, she said yes. Then I jumped up on my truck, showed up all my friends, singing winner, winner, chicken dinner, get a trophy for the winner. This guy, yeah, this guy right here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, this guy. Yeah, this guy right here.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Christy. Hi, Nancy. Anybody else who I can't see yet? I'm on my phone instead of my tablet this morning, so the writing is small, but that's okay. Oh, what an awesome morning. Even though you're looking at this little screen, I encourage you to not look at your screen much throughout the day and look at that screen that is being placed before you by our Father in heaven. I promise you it's a way better show. And then in that reality, things are hardly ever not good. Drinking my happy coffee this morning. By the way, guys, if you don't know what happy coffee is, you drink coffee, you're doing it wrong. That's all I can tell you. Starting off your day with a cup of happy is awesome, but being perfect as our Heavenly Father is perfect. You know, after 20 plus years of sitting in church buildings and not ever having a very well trained, and many of them PhD trained preachers be able to tell me what exactly that meant, it's awesome to be told by your Heavenly Father exactly what that means through the words of the one he sent to tell us, a fellow named Yeshua that we call Jesus. But Jesus was in this long teaching about loving your neighbor as yourself and what that meant. And he's, because of the state of consciousness then, he had to be very blunt and direct with people. And he said, look, if you love people that treat you right, you're no better than, it's recorded to say the pagans, but it's not what he said. But the point is if you're loving the people that are doing what you want them to do, that's not love. That's narcissism. That's gaslighting. That's all kinds of stuff that we're taught in Western culture is love. It's not love. If you're expecting anything in return, ever, you're not loving. That's how you know. If you're expecting anything in return, you are not loving. You are seeking self. You are negatively polarized in your body, as Jesus would tell you. And you need to take a cord and get in the body in your temple and drive out all of those expectations, because trust me when I tell you, those expectations is where all offense comes from, and offense is the source of all psychological suffering. But being perfect as your Heavenly Father is perfect was what he was trying to teach us. So firstly, here we know that loving our enemy, and your enemy isn't just a guy that's at your door with a gun. Your enemy is anybody or anything that reveals that expectation within you, that timber that Jesus says you must remove first so you can see. Again, expectations are a teaching tool, catalyst, contrast, gift of the Father. Bible says, consider it all joy when this happens. So if anything outside of you is causing pain inside of you, it is pointing a neon flashing light at something within your Hykla body that needs to be removed. This is actually the Aramaic definition of forgiveness. The removal of that expectation from within you, which dysregulates the negative polarization or energy or bad feeling. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. That phrase never came out of Yeshua's mouth. He never spoke English, and to the people he was speaking to, he wasn't speaking Greek. He could probably read Greek. He wasn't speaking Greek to these Nazarite Jewish rednecks who spoke Aramaic. But what he said in Aramaic language, in the ancient Aramaic language that he said it in, was be complete, whole, and one with everything, as your Father, Allah in Aramaic, is the one and only being. Let me back up. Because if you're following Yeshua, Jesus, Eshu, you want to know what he actually said. He said, be, and when he said be, it's consciousness. Your consciousness should be that of oneness, just as your heavenly Father is the one and only being. You see, if you're not seeing separation, if your consciousness, if you've removed the timbers from your Hykla body and tuned up this 7-string amazing instrument of frequency and light, that's another podcast. If you've done that, you can be in a state of consciousness, knowing experiential oneness, just as your Father is the one and only being. It's a short one this morning, but it's a great one. If you're going to follow him, learn what he actually said. I love you. Make it a great day. Peace out.